Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today I'm gonna have two of the same whiskeys side by side. Why? Because I'm gonna talk about something, some of the really unpleasant things in the cork. Here we do have one of them that actually got sent back to us from a customer, and he said that it has it's corking, like it has a corking smell, a corky taste to it. And we tried it, actually let Horst do that as well, and it really does have an unpleasant taste to it, and it's not normal. So what's happening here? We do have a natural cork from a cork oak, and this actually has a problem because there is some mold within the cork oak, and there used to be a time when they actually had pesticides spraying, and that pesticides were on chlorine base. And under special circumstances, you could have this chlorine pesticide add up and get into the cork oak, where you take the cork bark and make a cork out of it, and that gives you then that unpleasant smell. So it's not from the cork oak, but actually from a pesticide that is used to treat the cork oak. And but still natural product. It doesn't come out all the same, and some areas it adds up. So only a few of these corks actually do have that problem. And this is the reason why Horst always, when he opens a bottle, he always immediately smells the cork. And this one has a bit of a problem. Okay, so good one, bad one. Let's switch it the other way around. Always the bad one on the right side, on my right, on your left, and on the left is a good one. And bad, better. This is really neutral. The problem is that smell is you smell differences. You can actually see a little bit of a difference. I'm not quite sure if that is normal, if it's just with that cork, because that one is a bit thicker. The bad one is a bit thicker and a little bit darker and a little bit rougher around the edges. So that is could be the problem. So with wine, you do have the wine where you know the corking comes from wine. That's a really big problem there. It's not a big problem with whiskey because they are standing. If you have a bad cork, it's always above the whiskey, and there's barely any whiskey touching the cork. During transport, there's a bit of shaking and there's a bit of interaction there, but there's not that much interaction as you have with wine, because wine, in a good winery, you lay it down. So if you just buy your wine from the supermarket and it's standing and you just open it and drink it, then you have the same. It's not really a problem, and more the supermarket wines don't have any corks anymore, so there's no problem with corking in corkless bottles. So but in a really good winery, you lie it down to keep it really close. That's kind of the different cork. We have a stopper and a cork, so this is a use cork, whereas with a wine bottle, you open the cork and you're not supposed to put it back in. You're supposed to share it with your friends, finish it, or you're supposed to put it back in for a day or something, but not for a year or half a year with a whiskey bottle. So because they are lying down, there's more interaction with the chemicals that may be inside the cork and the wine, so that might produce this unwanted flavor. So in the whiskey, this is a good one. Oh yeah, you do have a little bit of that. Hard to describe for me. With the smell on the cork, it was kind of like a wine cellar in a bad way, a little bit of a chemical cleaning agent. The problem is I love this whiskey so much, I really do. So I would really still say it's not that bad of a whiskey. yes, it does have a problem, and you realize it's worse than it's worse than the good one. Maybe if I what do you call it, focus on it quite a lot, with because you only smell differences. I mentioned that, and now I get used to the Glenfarclas in the good way, how it's supposed to be. Then I should only be able to smell the difference, the corking. Yeah, okay. It's not anymore there. But the first thing I had in my nose, no, it's pretty neutral now. So I think it's, yeah, same amount. It smells a bit less than the first one, than the good one. The first thing that I had in my nose was a bit of a cleaning agent, a bit of an alcoholic note to me as well. So it does have some really faulty note in there. And yes, that is in there, but I would still rate it as a nice whiskey. You can still smell the cask. You have a bit of a distraction there because it's really a faulty note in there. If you want to really focus on the whiskey, you will eventually say, hey, what is that? And we'll be baffled about it. And in that case, if you're a customer of Whisky.de or of a reputable online shop, talk to your online shop, say, hey, this whiskey, I think it's faulty. And usually they will sort it out in some way, as we also do. And it will be a bit annoying, but still, if it's a drink whiskey that you enjoy on the side and it's not really that bothering you, I would probably just go for it. I'm not really one of these people who is like, oh, this was paid my money, is like, I don't have that much damage, so I'll just accept it. But if you have bought like a really expensive whiskey, then I would highly recommend you get yourself the real bottle. Because the problem within whiskey is very, very, very small. Because as I said, you can taste it a little bit here. If I put that upside down and wait for it like, I don't know, 2 months, I would probably, the smell of the glass would be as bad in the cork. Yeah. If you accept it, I would highly recommend get one of the old bottles and exchange the cork. If you say, okay, this whiskey is still good enough for me, but I can smell in the cork that the cork is really bad, just exchange the cork, because it will eventually become worse. Yeah. So anyway, that was it. A little of a ramble from me to corking within whiskey. And there will be still about some cork oaks out there who have been treated with this pesticide, but this problem with the corking will eventually go away. So it will not be forever there. Many people say there shouldn't be any corking out there because we're not using the pesticide. Yes, but oak is a pretty old tree, and you can, if you cut down a 40-year-old tree, 40 years ago, they still use that probably. I'm not quite sure when they banned it. So there are still oaks out there treated with that pesticide, but they will not be there forever. Yeah. So that was it. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.